Hello, my good human. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Luana from luanarose.com. Here on my channel, we talk about all things relationship health, nervous system health, and healing trauma. If you're coming back here, thank you so much for coming back. I absolutely enjoy reading your comments and getting to know a little bit more about you and answering your questions that you have for me. So if you're new here, thank you for joining our small but mighty community. Make sure you're subscribed, you like this video if you like it, and let's get right into it. In this video, I'm giving you 10 ways on how you can create secure attachment for yourself. So this video, like the rest in the series over on my channel, is inspired by The Power of Attachment, Dr. Diane Poole-Heller's book. And I have been working with attachment within my programs and one-on-one practice for a few years now, and it's really changed a lot on the view of how people are progressing. And straight out of her book, let's start with a nice definition for secure attachment. She says that secure attachment is basically attunement. It reflects a positive enough environment that creates and engenders trust within a relationship. So if you're here, it may be likely that you're learning how to be a better partner or be a better human, right? Be a gooder human in the world for yourself and your people. Or maybe you know that, hey, I have some insecure attachment styles here. You know that ambivalent comes up sometimes, the avoidant, the anxious or disorganized, and I'd like to change this for myself. So I want you to know that these 10 practical tips will help you start to shift the boat for yourself in terms of how you show up in relationship, first and foremost with yourself, with your loved ones, and also how you can kind of pull out these qualities in other people, because it's, you know, a reflection, a give and take within any relationship. The first attachment skill that you can create for yourself and your people is embodying presence, practicing what it means to be present. Presence is such a hot commodity in our world today. It's probably the most rare thing because we all have our phones out all the time, checking social media, getting someone back on a call. And so really being present with someone when you're with them, whether it's a friend or a romantic partner, can make a huge difference in how you experience that bond, that relationships, and how they experience you. Shonda Ryhmes wrote a book, The Year of Yes, which is a fantastic book. I highly recommend it. I'll link it below, where she basically, to her kids, she says yes. Every time they're like, Mommy, can you hang out and let's do this together? Mom, can we do this? And her intention for that year was to say yes to them and, of course, a lot of other things in her life. And she's, you know, one of the most successful writers, producers in the film industry, or in the television industry. So, practicing presence, being, you know, feeling your feet on the ground, noticing your breath, and just being with another human is such a gift these days. The second one is deep listening. And now it may sound a little bit cheesy, but basically it's just being present when you're listening. We all know what it feels like, or at least I hope you know what it feels like to be deeply listened to, and in an objective way of the other person is just taking in your experience of the world, what your thoughts are, what your emotions are, how you feel about what happened, right? If you're in conflict with someone, you know, it's a really great opportunity to practice this deep, present listening, because we often will be thinking in our minds about a rebuttal or have our defenses up, you know, being in that fight, flight, freeze, fawn response. So deep listening and really being present with another person is a great skill to practice, and you can practice with anyone. Asking thoughtful questions, not responding right away, giving some space for those awkward pauses. You see what I just did there? Gives this vitality and presence to the connection that a lot of us are missing these days. So deep listening. Number 3, attunement. One of my favorite things, that it's so nuanced and such a gift when we can truly be empathetic towards another's experience. Tell me about your struggles. Tell me about how you feel about this experience. And attunement is kind of a reflective sense within a relationship of, if you're really excited about something, I can meet you in that excitement. If you're sad about something or disappointed, it's okay to meet that and attune to that and be sad and disappointed. Like, oh, that was really crappy, wasn't it? Misattunement, it is a rupture essentially, and it's something that is so common. So we can really build our secure attachment within ourselves when we pick up those cues of attunement. Happens in our facial features, and we'll feel some sensations like emotions in our heart and our experience ourselves. And when we learn what attunement feels like in our bodies, and we can also know what misattunement feels like then, and we can make those repairs. And that's the next number 4 for creating secure attachment within yourself is repairs. Get really good at repairing. We all make mistakes. We all say something that maybe is hurtful to another person, and we didn't think before we spoke, or think twice about their experience. So things like that, we can make a repair and say, hey, it seems like there's some disconnect between us. Did something happen? Or even if you don't know what happened, you can still make a repair and be open and honest and compassionate, say, well, sorry, or, let's go get some coffee and come back together. You don't always have to make it a big thing. A repair can be as simple as if you're standing with a group of friends and someone joins and they maybe don't know the other people in the group, you just introduce them and, hey, this is my friend Sally, she lives next door, and welcome them into the conversation. That's a small, very subtle way of making a repair. So another great way to embody secure attachment is to be forthright and courageous in receiving repairs from other people, and also being the initiator for repairs. Number 5, joint attention. Joint attention basically means doing something with someone. It doesn't have to be face to face. It can be watching a movie side by side. It can be going on a bike ride together. It can be playing tennis, right? Tennis is that nice back and forth dance. It can be going to the shooting range, or going to play some football, some soccer. It could be standing together at the dog park and watching the dogs play and having this kind of side-by-side enjoyment, banter, and this joint attention to your current experience. And this joint attention really engenders and embodies this sense of, oh, this person has my back. We can experience something fun together. It builds trust, and that's what we're looking for in terms of creating secure attachment. Number 6, be aware of your comings and goings, so your beginnings and your endings. So our attachment systems are really sensitive to when we meet someone and when we say goodnight or goodbye at the end of the encounter or at the end of the evening. So if you've experienced abandonment or just simply have a sensitive attachment system, you'll notice that there's sometimes some tension or awkwardness in hellos or goodbyes. So really being aware of your comings and goings. Slow things down. There's no rush. Really take your time in the comings and goings with the people that are close to you. Or if you're coming and going, leaving work, just have some extra compassion. If you do feel that kind of anxiousness come up, there's some really nice rituals you can create around this. Like, the classic, handshake, like a special friend handshake, or if you're in a romantic partnership, at the end of the night when you're going to bed, it's the end of the day, just chit chat about your day. What were the highlights? What did you learn? What were the struggles? You can do this cuddling or just sitting on the couch. super simple, but those little rituals or markers for the comings and goings can really mend some hiccups in the attachment system and therefore build this secure sense within us. Number 9. I think I got the numbers a little bit mixed up, but I'm just going with it. Number 9 is play. Play, play, play. As adults, we don't know how to do this anymore. We don't know how to enjoy ourselves and just do something for the pure enjoyment and curiosity of it. So just like when we were kids and building that attachment system through play, through giving and taking and sharing and playing side by side, play as an adult can really kind of reinvigorate that attachment system. So, you can go watch other people play, go watch your kids play or your friends' kids play, your animals, your dogs, your cats playing, or, plan a date to go fishing, go dancing, go, bowling, whatever it is. There's so many activities that we can do. Take a cooking class together to learn something new, be creative, and play. Lastly, check your defaults. Check your defaults. I mean, we're all going through life at this cadence that, kind of makes us go into this automated mode. And in our romantic relationships specifically, we can kind of come off as thinking, I know everything about this person. I know what they're going to think about the toppings I put on this pizza, or what they think about that movie we just saw, or what their reaction or response will be to this comment I make. And it can really get us in this defensive, default, reactive mode of living, and that doesn't really engender secure attachment. So secure attachment, and we come in and be aware of that default mode, we can open up to the possibilities of, hey, I'm still getting to know this person. I see this individual, this human, as this infinite pool of possibilities. And if you're not in a romantic relationship, you can look at yourself in the mirror and do the same thing. We're always getting to know ourselves, our thoughts, our opinions, what lights us up, what gets us excited and fulfilled. So understanding your defaults and kind of stepping back and rerouting those neural pathways, those thoughts, gives spaciousness for healing and creating secure attachment within yourself. So that wraps up the 10 practical ways of cultivating, creating secure attachment within yourself, within your relationships, and of course offering that to the people in your life that you care about. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I read all of the comments, and I so appreciate the people that take the time to leave a thoughtful comment, and I will see you in the next video. This series on secure attachment is part of a playlist, part of a series, so make sure you check out the other videos that I've done of what secure attachment means, and I'm sure you're gonna love them if you've watched this far. Take good care, and I'll see you in the next video.